Okay, hi everyone. This is the What's New in Hybrid Meetings. So this is a monthly recap of what's new in hybrid meetings. So if we're going to have a look at today's agenda, we're going to touch on, within hybrid meetings, we're going to touch on meetings, webinars, also devices, and then we're going to dive in and have a look at what's changed in the Microsoft Teams roadmap. As always, this presentation can be downloaded separately from aka.ms/what's new meetings. So the updates in this presentation are relevant to hybrid meetings. That's Teams meetings and meeting rooms and webinars, devices. This is not the full Microsoft Teams roadmap. If you want to go and check out all of the good stuff on the Microsoft Teams roadmap, head over to the M365 roadmap. The release dates and timings, all the information in here is subject to change as with any roadmap items that we've got. So as highlights from December 2021, within meetings and webinars, order of raised hands has been launched, and so that's a great, nice new addition to meetings. And there's some Teams meeting recording improvements as well, ranging from multi-speed playback, high-quality transcriptions, auto recording. There's an update to auto expirations of Teams meeting recordings. We'll touch on that in a bit more detail as well. And also Operator Connect conferencing was launched as well in December. So you can now bring a qualified operator to leverage their audio conferencing numbers and bring those into Teams meetings as well. Next, we look at devices. So we've got hot desking on Teams displays. Jabra have now got the Panacas 20. We'll have a look at that. Poly have got some studio room kits for Teams rooms on Windows. And also we have meeting room capacity notifications for Teams rooms on Windows as well. So there has been some roadmap items added as well for Teams panels that kind of relates also to capacity notifications as well. So we'll go into the first topic, which is meetings and webinars. I won't go through these again. Let's just jump into the detail and have a look. So order of raised hands. So now in a Teams meeting, you could already raise your hand, perhaps to ask a question, or raise your hand to perhaps come off mute. Now it actually adds a number in order of who raised their hands first, second, third. So that is a nice addition to the raised hands. And I've been in meetings myself where we've got a number of different people who've raised hands. It does reorder them, but now we actually get a number against them as well. So this is looking at ensuring all voices are heard. People are seen just as they are in person, even if they're remote or somewhere else. So literally simply click raise hand and it will automatically do that ordering with numbering for you as well. That's a great, nice new addition to raised hands feature, and it's launched as well, so go check that out. Teams meeting recording improvements. There's a number of improvements that we've got here as well. So this has come from where Teams meetings recordings were traditionally in Microsoft Stream. They've moved into OneDrive and SharePoint, and there's now some more improvements in there as well. So this is including multi-speed playback. So you can now watch recordings slower and faster rates. So I do this quite often when looking at meeting recordings. Transcriptions now have speaker attribution if that's turned on. Index recordings, easier to consume segments based on slide transitions. Auto recording, I've been there when I forgot to press record. Now I can actually go in the meeting options and set that. And meeting owners can set that to automatically start. So I'll be making use of that. Auto expiration, so that's noted here, coming soon. So this is where admins will be able to set a default number of days after which newly created Teams meeting recordings will be sent to a recycle bin. So on the tech community, there is a blog post on this, and this is coming. There's also a message center post as well. So there is a change that's coming where by default, Teams meetings recordings will expire after 60 days. Now the ability to do that for admins to change that timer is becoming available. So go check out that tech community post on that to check out what's coming. If you need to change it, you can do. But in that blog post, it did mention that a lot of research and study has been done on how often or how much time after a Teams meeting does somebody go back and actually look at those recordings. So the suggested duration is 60 days after Teams meetings will be deleted. So if you need to go and change that, do that. That doesn't affect A1 licenses, it noted in the blog post. Operator Connect conferencing. So this is generally available. Same admin interface in the Teams Admin Center as Operator Connect. This allows tenant admins to add participating operator dial-in numbers to Teams audio conferencing bridges. So there's some, the initial wave is qualified operators from BT, Deutsche Telekom, Intrado, NTT, Orange Business Service, and Telenor. And this is with qualified operators on the operator program. This is generally available. So if you want to go and have a look at that, you can look at using one of the qualified operators for your audio conferencing as well as Microsoft. That's all for meetings and webinars for December. So for Teams devices, let's go and have a look at those as well for last month. So hot desking is here for Teams display. So I think there's been, this is rolling out. So this is the ability with hot desking, employees can reserve a workspace in advance through Teams and Outlook, or right from the device if they're already in the office. So this allows employees to quickly locate, reserve flexible workspaces to touch down, make calls, set up ad hoc meetings, sign in to have that personalized Teams experience from a Teams display. So there's Lenovo have got a display, there's other displays coming at Ignite. There's a showcase on the Yale-Link 24-inch Teams display. Now you can look at leveraging that hot desking functionality, which is rolling out. So that's a nice addition to Teams displays. Lots of new features coming into Teams displays. So that's great to see as well. The Jabra Panacas 20. So this is a premium personal video conferencing device designed for next generation collaboration experience as well. So it boasts some great 13 megapixel camera, enabling 4K Ultra HD video, AI processing, intelligent zoom, intelligent lighting optimization, picture-in-picture features as well. So there is a link there that you'll be able to click. You can go and check out and watch some videos on the Jabra Panacas 20. But that's a great addition to the certified cameras that we've got as well. Poly Studio Room Kits. So now these are available with focus to small, medium rooms, available on Teams Rooms for Windows. And this is leveraging the Poly GC8 console, Dell Optiplex, and the Poly GC8 with Lenovo ThinkSmart Core. So there's a lot of different, I guess, manufacturers within these room kits from Poly. But this provides the Poly Direct AI experience. If you've not seen that, you get auto camera framing technology. So you can get some kind of great video experience, as well as audio as well with noise reducing technologies, Poly's noise block AI as well. So you can go check that link and go and have a look at those Poly Studio room kits. There's more information on the Teams devices page for those as well. This is a great feature, meeting room capacity notifications for Microsoft Teams Rooms on Windows. So now with Teams Rooms on Windows, you can now, this is rolling out, you'll be able to notify in-meeting participants if a room is over capacity. So with COVID and managing the number of people in spaces, in rooms, this is a great feature that can be had. So the notification can be displayed there. But IT admins can define meeting room capacity for each Teams room account and using data from meeting room cameras. So if you're looking at leveraging the intelligent cameras, you'll actually be able to support people counting and identify how many people are in the room as well. There are quite a lot of possibilities with this, as well as making sure the rooms aren't over capacity. You can also look at seeing, are they used, when they're used, are they underused, overused. So you'll be able to get some great information out of these as well. So as it says, a banner will be automatically appear at the top of the front of room screen to alert participants if the room is over capacity. And this also will extend into Teams panels as well. So you'll be able to have more information, I believe, just outside the room as well as inside the room as well. So there's a roadmap item there that's marked as rolling out at the moment. That's everything for devices. We've got the information from November's highlights here. Some of the ones that kind of jumped out to me was the SBA support for Teams Phone. There were some newly certified devices there from Audio Code, some of the Yale-Link room systems. For management, Surface Hubs can now be managed from Teams Admin Center. So that's great to have them in there as well. And content from camera is a great little feature, similar to content camera for rooms, but you can also look at using any normal camera with a desktop client and leveraging the content camera to bring, whether it's a whiteboard or something else, into the meeting as well. Next up is the M365 roadmap for Teams for hybrid meetings, and this just covers what's changed last month. So if we have a look at that, expand this. So there has been some new items added. So chat bubbles during Teams meetings for Microsoft Teams Rooms on Android, room capacity for Teams Rooms on Android as well. Front row was added for Teams Rooms on Windows. So I think we're all looking forward to seeing the front row display. If you've not seen that, that's when we're looking at bringing and making everybody, have a seat at the table, whether they're in person or remote. So that's great to see that hit the roadmap. And the availability date is actually January for that. So watch out for that this month. There's Meet Now support for Teams Rooms on Windows, AAD conditional access support for Teams Rooms on Windows, calling app update for Teams Rooms on Windows. There's a bit of a pattern here. There's quite a lot for Teams Rooms on Windows. Also Teams panels, so check out. So you'll be able so if a meeting is not being used and that room space is reserved, you can actually check that meeting out of the room and go and use it. And you can extend room reservations as well. They've been added to the roadmap. So go check those out if you want any more information on those as well. There's quite a lot of in development items in there as well. Across meetings, webinars, just some that I'll pull out: automated webinar invites, video filter, pin your own video, hide your own video. So if you ever want to hide your own video from the meeting or your screen, you can do that as well. Virtual visits actually got an item with queue view scheduled in the bookings app. So that's great. When we look at launched, there's Teams and Forms, word cloud for polls in Teams, variable playback speed for Teams meetings recordings, rolling out press to unmute. So if you want to actually use some keyboard shortcuts to unmute yourself in a meeting, that's rolling out as well. Launched split video layout across multiple screens for Teams Rooms on Windows. So now you can look at optimizing the screen. If you've got dual monitors with Teams Rooms on Windows, you can actually look to have video spread across both screens, which is a great feature and a great way of optimizing the dual screens that you've got. Rolling out hot deskings on Teams display, we've talked about. Check-in and room release for panels. Roles-based access scoping on device category as well. So a lot of updates there and a lot of information added to the roadmap. I'm looking forward to next month seeing all of these updates hopefully coming into Teams Rooms, and looking forward greatly to seeing front row and that experience hitting Teams Rooms on Windows. So that's it for hybrid meetings this month. So I'll see you all next month for the next one. Thanks very much.